In the bustling heart of New York City, where the press never sleeps, David Archer, a seasoned journalist ousted by the shifting tides of the media, finds himself on the cusp of exposing a conspiracy that intertwines with the annals of history, touching the very essence of terror. Let go from the newspaper that defined his career for 2 decades, David's relentless spirit isn't weakened. Instead, it powers his quest for the truth, a truth hidden in the sacred land of the Algonquian people, now under threat by the secret plans of the Illuminati and their unholy alliance with the American government. David's search leads him to Elias Running Bear, a young Algonquian physicist with a mind as sharp as the winter is cold, and secrets that run as deep as his roots in the sacred land. Elias, a graduate of MIT, stands at the crossroads of 2 worlds, one of science and progress, the other of tradition and spiritual bonds to the land. His involvement with the CIA under the guise of UFO and alien investigations masks his true quest to protect his ancestors' legacy from the encroaching shadows of greed and destruction. Together they venture into the heart of the wilderness, where the snow blankets secrets and the wind carries echoes of those who walked before. The Wendigo, a malevolent spirit of the Algonquian folklore, reigns over this land, a guardian of its sanctity and a harbinger of death to those who dare to desecrate its purity. As David and Elias draw closer to the hidden military base, the very air around them thickens with the presence of the unseen, and the Wendigo sets its sight on new prey. As David and Elias ventured deeper into the heart of the ancient woods, the silence around them felt like a living, breathing entity, watching, waiting. The journalist, with his keen eye for detail, noticed how the snow seemed untouched, pristine, as if the forest itself was warding off intruders. Elias, on the other hand, felt the weight of his ancestors, their whispers carried by the wind, guiding him, urging him forward. Their journey was not just a quest for truth, but a pilgrimage into the forgotten corners of the world where the veil between the natural and the supernatural thinned. Elias shared tales of the Wendigo not just as folklore, but as a stark reminder of the balance between mankind and nature, a balance now teetering on the edge of oblivion.
The secret base, when it finally emerged from the cloak of the forest, was an aberration, a scar upon the land it occupied. It was here in the shadow of desecration that David's resolve hardened. He had seen corruption before, but the brazenness of this act, the audacity of the Illuminati to lay claim to sacred land, ignited a fury within him. Elias, witnessing the destruction of his heritage, felt a different kind of pain, a deep, mourning loss for every tree felled, every stone overturned. As they approached the base's perimeter, hidden by the cloak of night and the forest's dense embrace, they encountered the camp. It was eerily silent, the kind of silence that screamed of unspeakable horrors. The Wendigo's wrath was evident in the devastation left in its wake: twisted metal, shattered glass, and the cold, lifeless bodies of those who had dared to defy the ancient laws of the land. The journalist and the physicist, united by a cause greater than themselves, pushed forward, their hearts heavy with the knowledge of what lay ahead. The sight that greeted them at the heart of the camp was one of nightmares. Elias's family, the bloodline of warriors and protectors of the Algonquian lands, lay desecrated, their final moments a testament to the cruelty of their assailants. And there, amidst the carnage, stood Xerox, his reptilian form a grotesque mockery of life, feeding on the remains with a cold, detached efficiency. The confrontation was inevitable, a clash of worlds, beliefs, and beings. David, despite his injuries, stood resolute, his camera a weapon against the darkness, capturing the truth for the world to see. Elias, torn between grief and rage, faced Xerox, his heritage empowering him, his spirit unbroken. In its final moments, the Reptilian, Xerox, gasped out a revelation far more chilling than the cold grasp of the northern forest. With eyes that held the depth of the cosmos, it spoke of the third wave, not just a mere scouting party, but an armada poised to descend upon Earth with a hunger for its resources and a cold indifference to its inhabitants. The pact broken, the gates opened, it hissed, a reference to ancient agreements made in shadows, now shattered by human greed. This invasion, it explained, was but the culmination of centuries of manipulation, with Earth caught in the cosmic crossfire of interstellar politics and survival. The Illuminati, once allies, had overreached, inviting wrath and retribution. Xeroc's words painted a tapestry of impending conflict, where human, reptilian, and even entities as ancient as the Wendigo would be forced to choose sides in a battle not just for land, but for the very essence of life and freedom on Earth. In the aftermath, as the dust settled and the first light of dawn pierced the darkness, Elias and David found themselves facing a new reality. The journalist, though wounded, carried the weight of the story that could alter the course of history. Elias, bearing the physical and emotional scars of the night, stood as the last guardian of a legacy under siege. Their escape was a testament to their resilience, a harrowing flight through the woods as the Wendigo, its vendetta unsatisfied, pursued them with relentless fury. The arrival of the helicopter, though a beacon of hope, was but the precursor to a deeper descent into the unknown. The witch's intervention, a display of power that halted the Wendigo's advance, was a stark reminder of the forces at play. Forces beyond the comprehension of mere mortals. In the depths of their captivity, with the grim reality of invasion etched in their minds, David and Elias faced their captors with an unyielding resolve. The interrogation room, stark and unyielding, became a stage for the final revelation. As the walls seemed to crumble and the world outside descended into chaos, a jarring truth unraveled before their eyes. Abruptly, the scene of devastation dissolved. The sensation was disorienting, a sudden detachment from the apocalyptic vision they had believed to be real. In its place, they found themselves in a sterile room, each connected to a sophisticated device, a helmet capable of streaming direct neural simulations. The Illuminati, in their quest for dominance, had acquired not just advanced technology, but a window into the future. The invasion, the conflict, the fall of cities, all were projections from a future they aimed to prevent, or perhaps to precipitate. The revelation was a maelstrom of horror and disbelief. The footage of the future streamed into their minds was a calculated move by the Illuminati to gauge reactions, to study the psyche of those who might oppose them. David and Elias, chosen for their unique perspectives and strengths, were unwitting pawns in a game that spanned across time and space. As the reality of their situation sank in, they understood the depth of the Illuminati's manipulation. The organization had transcended mere global influence. They were tampering with temporal elements, accessing and possibly altering the very fabric of time. The implications were staggering. Every act, every decision, might be a thread in a tapestry woven by those who saw the world as a chessboard. In this new light, the Wendigo, the Reptilians, even Xeroc's dying revelation took on new meanings. Were these entities and events also manipulated by the Illuminati's far-reaching powers? Or were they variables in a complex equation that not even the Illuminati could fully control? David and Elias, now aware of the labyrinthine machinations at play, were left to ponder their role in this unfolding narrative. The line between reality and manipulation had blurred, leaving them to question what was true and what was a mere specter of possibilities. In a world where the future could be streamed directly into the mind, the fight for truth and freedom took on a new, more profound dimension. As they were released from the helmet's grip, the journalist and the physicist shared a look of unspoken understanding. Their journey had been more than a physical trek through the wilderness. It was a voyage into the depths of human ambition and the shadowy realms of power. Whispers of the Wendigo was no longer just a story of horror and mystery. It was a clarion call to question reality, to challenge the unseen forces that shape our destinies.